وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قال يا أيها الملأ أيكم يأتيني بعرشها قبل أن يأتوني مسلمين قال عفريت من الجن أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك وإني عليه لقوي أمين قال الذي عنده علم من الكتاب أنا آتيك به قبل أن يرتد إليك طرفك فلما رآه مستقرا عنده قال هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر ومن شكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن ربي غني كريم قال نكروا لها عرشها ننظر أتهتدي أم تكون من الذين لا يهتدون فلما جاءت قيل أهكذا عرشك قالت كأنه هو وأوتينا العلم من قبلها وكنا مسلمين وصدها ما كانت تعبد من دون الله إنها كانت من قوم كافرين قيل لها ادخل الصرح فلما رأته حسبته لجة وكشفت عن ساقيها قال إنه صرح ممرد من قوارير قالت رب إني ظلمت نفسي وأسلمت مع سليمان لله رب العالمين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Naml, the mention of Sulaiman alayhi salam and the Queen Sheba, the Malka Saba, is going on, the Queen Bilqis. Last time we had read that Sulaiman alayhi salam had returned their gifts and told them that if you do not submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then I am going to come over you with great armies that you will not be able to stand against. So the messenger agreed to anything less than our bringing faith. She realized that Sulaiman alayhi salam is a true Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he does not desire the world, rather he desires for us to become submissive to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Qala. So when she got her messengers back, she was already intending to, because she had this intention to find out if Sulaiman alayhi salam was the real Nabi. When she found out that he is the real Nabi, she said, I will submit, and she started to go towards Sulaiman alayhi salam. And Jamaat is not allowed. Brother, Jamaat is already done. Now if you pray alone, you get the reward of full Jamaat. If you make your own Jamaat, you get the reward of your Jamaat. But if you miss it, as the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, if you miss the Jamaat, you try to be on time and you miss the Jamaat. So now if you pray alone, you're going to get the reward of the big Jamaat.
Big Jamaat?
Yeah, so pray alone.
Each one alone?
Yes. Second Jamaat is not allowed. Okay, so she started to come to her Sulaiman alayhi salam, and Sulaiman alayhi salam was given the news by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that she is coming in submission. So the ulama have written that when she was roughly 3 miles before she reached her Sulaiman alayhi salam's place, her Sulaiman alayhi salam said, Qala ya ayyuhal mala. He said, her Sulaiman alayhi salam said to his people, his chieftains, his mala around him, ayyukum ya'tini bi'arshiha, which one of you will bring her throne to me? Qabla an ya'tuni muslimin, before they come to me submissively. Sulaiman alayhi salam is asking the people around him in his court that which one of you, it included jinns and other creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before she comes to me, so she's only 3 miles away, before she comes here, which one of you can go and bring the throne? The throne of Malka Saba was a very special one. We made a mention of it before. It was a very special and very prized possession of Malka Saba. She kept it under lock upon lock, and it was dotted with pearls and stuff, and she kept the lock and the key to the lock with herself, did not even allow anyone else to take possession of the key. Now Malka Saba is coming, and her Sulaiman alayhi salam wants the throne, her throne, very protected, very prized throne, to be here before she comes. And the reason why he wanted to do this was that a Nabi shows his miracles to the people so that they are able to fully submit with their heart and mind. So with logic, she had come to the conclusion that he is the true Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But showing a mu'jiza, showing a miracle, also brings the people to bring faith in the Nabi with their heart and their spirit and their mind, fully submit from inside as well. So Sulaiman alayhi salam intended to do this. قال عفريت من الجن. Ifrit is a big, huge giant of the jinns. He said, أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك. I can bring it to you, I will bring it to you before you rise from your place. Before even you get up, I can get that throne here. وَإِنِّي عَلَيْهِ لَقَوِيٌّ أَمِينٌ. And you should trust me, I am very strong, I can do this, I have the power to do this, and I am also very honest, that I will not steal from it. Jinns are generally, rarely, honest. But he said that I am qawi, I have strength, and I am also I will protect. So I will not steal basically the pearls and stuff that are there. قال الذي عنده علم من الكتاب. Said the one who had the knowledge of the book. In that same gathering, the one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not. الذي عنده علم من الكتاب means Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam himself. Because there is nobody who knows the book more than the Nabi of the time. So therefore, this refers to Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Other Mufassirin, Allama Qurtubi rahmatullahi alayhi said that most Mufassirin agree that it was not Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam, it was someone else from one of his companions. His name has also been quoted as Asif bin Barkhiya. Asif bin Barkhiya, he was a relative of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam as well. And he had the knowledge of the book in the sense that he knew the Ismul Azam. Ismul Azam with which whatever you dua make to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is fulfilled. So he knew it and he said that I can bring it. Ana atika bihi, I can bring it to you, I will bring it to you. Qabla an yartadda ilayka tarfuk. Before your glance returns to you, basically before you blink your eye. Or before your eye returns to you, before your vision returns to you, you blink your eye. And so he did. The throne of Malka Saba was brought to the court of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Either Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam brought it himself or one of the companions brought it within the blink of an eye. The one who was bringing it, be it Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam or someone from his companions, knew it beforehand. He knew it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this will happen. I will make this dua, I will take a certain name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and with this will happen. If it was Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam himself, he knew it. The point that I am trying to make it, that in either case, it was the miracle of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Either him bringing it himself or having someone in his court, be it among the jinn kind or the human kind, having someone who has the capacity to do such a miraculous job is a mu'jiza of the Nabi himself. And this is what the Mufassirin have written here. So those people today who say that there is nothing like a karamat, nothing like a extraordinary thing that can happen at the hands of a normal ummati, herein is another proof that things do happen. According to the most Mufassirin, it was not Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam himself, it was Asif bin Barkhiya or some other one in his court. He did something extraordinary in the court of Hazrat Sulaiman. Allah is mentioning it in the Quran. So therefore, karamatul awliya'i haqqun. The karamat, the extraordinary things that might happen at the hands of the believers, the ummatis of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or other anbiya in that time, they are true, they are there, they are a reality. And the other thing that we should learn is that the karamat of any wali are in fact a derivative of the mu'jiza of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The action of Asif bin Barkhiya or any other companion of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam was because of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Because of him being an ummati of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam, a follower of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. So in today's world, if somebody who follows the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a believer, we are not talking about jogis and stuff, if they do something extraordinary and it's a real true karamat, the real doer is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is a part of the miracle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every karamat, every extraordinary thing that happens at the hands of an ummati is a derivative or under the mu'jiza or the miracle of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَلَمَّا رَآهُ مُسْتَقِرًّا عِنْدَهُ. When Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam saw it, the throne well placed before him. مُسْتَقِرًّا عِنْدَهُ, fully settled before him. قال, he said, هذا من فضل ربي. If he brought it himself or someone else. So there is something that we know is going to happen. But as Sulaiman's sunnah is, and this is what our style should be, that when we are 100% near sure that this is going to happen, still when that thing happens, as Sulaiman alayhi salam said, هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أشكر أم أكفر. He said, this is from the grace of my Lord. He is testing me that do I become thankful or do I become thankless. So when something that we know is going to happen for sure is still, oftentimes we forget to give thanks over it, because we are so sure that it's going to happen. We give thanks about things that were uncertain and then they happen in a favorable way. But when we know that something is for sure going to happen, still we should give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the principle that Sulaiman alayhi salam is saying, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quoting in the Quran, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in the Quran, is that whatever blessing you get is a test from Allah. That do you become thankful or do you become thankless, and some person who turns away. And then Sulaiman alayhi salam said, وَمَنْ شَكَرَ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ النَّفْسِ. Whoever gives thanks, their thanks is for themselves. It does not benefit or increase anything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their thanks itself benefits them. وَمَنْ شَكَرَ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِ. They do it, without doubt they do it for their own self. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ. And whoever turns away and chooses to be thankless, فَإِنَّ رَبِّي غَنِيٌّ كَرِيمٌ. My Rabb, my Lord, is ghani, is carefree, he does not care. He is need free. Kareem, very bountiful, very respectable. He does not diminish if people do not give thanks to him. How much time? Wait. Okay. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Inshallah we'll complete the story tomorrow. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.